A very warm welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3. Now, in South Africa today, we are very, very proud of the fact that no matter our race, our gender, or religion, we all have the right to live as equals under the Constitution. But as we celebrate Human Rights Day this coming Saturday, it's important to remember where we have come from and especially to know where we're going. And with us in studio is Karam Singh from the SA Human Rights Commission to chat about the importance of knowing our rights. Mr. Singh, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit first about what the Commission does exactly, what role it plays in helping to protect human rights out there.
The Commission is one of the institutions created by the Constitution. It's one of the institutions supporting constitutional democracy. The people that created our Constitution had the vision to create these independent institutions like the Public Protector, Commission on Gender Equality. So we have a really broad mandate to promote, protect, and monitor the observance of human rights in the country.
Yeah.
We do this through advocacy work, we do it through research, but we primarily do it through the handling of legal complaints from the public.
Yeah.
So we have offices in all of the 9 provinces and our head office is in Johannesburg.
Yeah. And speaking of legal complaints, there's been a big one that's been making news very recently. Of course, the whole saga of job seekers being given green identification cards in the Western Cape town of Worcester and harping back to the old Dompas laws. And we've got a picture of it here that was publicized in the newspaper and all over social media as well. What exactly do you make of this? Was this a violation of human rights?
Well, I should say from the onset that the Commission is seized with the matter. The complaint has been laid with us. We're still in the process of investigating the matter, so it would be incorrect for me to prejudge the situation prior to investigating it. But having said that, and having had brief discussions with the people from the Community Policing Forum in Worcester, the issue raises a whole range of concerns. Concerns around the privatization of public space, around the differential treatment that this may have for poor and for black workers, for restrictions on the freedom of movement. And obviously, given the system that we come from with the Dompas system, anything that harks back to that type of an era is something that's going to create divisions and polarization within society. So it's something that the Human Rights Commission is extremely concerned about. But prior to doing a full-on investigation, I'm not going to tell you that it's something that has to be scrapped. It's something that we will be engaging with the Worcester community about, and hopefully we'll be getting to the bottom of it in no time.
When can the public expect there to be some kind of resolution to this?
Well, we've already had an initial meeting with the chairperson of the Community Policing Forum. We're in the process of planning a site visit to Worcester to meet with the additional officials there, and hopefully within the next couple of weeks we'll come up with a better understanding of what exactly is going on the ground there in Worcester.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing the results of that investigation. But so, with regards to that, if somebody believes that their rights are being violated, their human rights are being violated, or that, in fact, someone else's human rights are being violated, what are the necessary steps to take in order to make sure that all that information gets across to the right kind of people so that action like this can be taken?
Absolutely, the public is welcome to contact the Human Rights Commission. We're very easy to find. As I mentioned, we're in all 9 provinces. Here in Cape Town, where offices are in the CBD. You can access us, our website, and contact us via email or telephone us. We're very easy to find. So obviously the Human Rights Commission should be the first port of call for people. But there are all sorts of other avenues that people can explore. Advice offices, paralegals. There's lots of pro bono legal services that are available to people. So what I would say to people is that if you're feeling that you've got a concern, try to get a hold of somebody in your community that you can first engage with, that you can first talk to.
Yeah.
See what you can do to exhaust any internal remedies if you've got problems at your workplace. But by all means, come to the Human Rights Commission. We deal with a whole range of complaints. We've got a wide mandate, but if it's something that we feel like we can't deal with, or there's a more specialized agency, we can always direct you to those people as well.
Yeah. Mr. Singh, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
There you have it. So if you believe that someone's human rights are being violated, lay a complaint with the SA Human Rights Commission on their website. It's www.sahrc.org.za. And remember that the past, of course, is to be celebrated in order to know where we're going in the future. In fact, Human Rights Day is exactly all about that. We have a lot to be grateful for because Human Rights Day helps us to remember those that gave up so much, sacrificing for the democracy that we have today. And in fact, in light of that, we want to actually highlight some people out there in South Africa that are really trying to make sure that we don't forget that message and are really working on restoring a sense of Ubuntu in our communities.
Preserving our basic rights in South Africa is a challenge, with over 11 million South Africans going hungry and over 4 million being unemployed. In remembrance of Human Rights Day, we look to ordinary South Africans who have identified issues in society and are now giving back and uplifting the underprivileged in their communities.
I used to be married and have a home and everything, and then I lost it when I lost my job, and things went sour quick and I ended up on the street for about 2 years.
JP came to the Youth Solutions Africa shelter with the intention of changing his life. Fueled with purpose, he persevered through the hardships and now runs the soup kitchen at Youth Solutions Africa.
It's always been my dream to give back to my brothers and sisters.
Through the soup kitchen at Youth Solutions Africa, JP feeds between 50 to 80 underprivileged people per day, making it a priority to never serve food that he wouldn't eat himself.
Giving should be a way of life for us all because we've been given so much already. I'm not talking about giving money or whatever, but giving your time, greeting a person that you can see is down and out, just acknowledgement that things will change and that things can be better by just being a human being to that person.
Gerard represents a group of people who have received a great education in South Africa and felt a need to pass it on to the underprivileged children who needed tutoring in English.
I've lived a good life. And being retired now, I felt it was time that if it's possible to give something back with some meaning, it would be a great thing if I could help young children to grow. Our children are not all English speaking. In fact, it's a huge transition for these children to suddenly switch their whole outlook in speaking and learning.
Gerard now assists children to become proficient in English through reading and writing and has great success in bridging the language barrier and promoting bilingualism amongst the youth.
The biggest highlight for me was a pupil that came to us who could not speak a word of English. When he graduated, he was able to read and to write.
For 23-year-old Lesedi, unemployment among his generation was rife in the community of Diepsloot and was a problem they desperately needed a solution for.
I then look for an organization that aim to fight those challenges. And then I found Southern Africa Youth Project, and then just after completing my studies, and then I joined this organization. So we encourage those young people to come to our center to get those trainings and skills for free. It's rewarding and it's very interesting to see those young people after they have successfully completed the course to come back to the center to tell us the successful stories or the good stories on how Southern Africa Youth Project has managed to change their lives.
When it comes to preserving the human rights of our fellow South Africans, we can all make a difference through providing hope for those who've lost theirs and giving your fellow man a second chance at life.